Yeah, this was the last one sold in the United States. There were only 31 of them the last year, and this is number 13 Voodoo Viper.
So number 13 Voodoo. So this came as seen as.
It's got 29 miles on it.
Hey guys, how you doing? We are in South Florida at a place called Cars. This is a COPO Camaro. Let's see if we can just lift this up. So welcome to another episode of Junkyards and Barn Finds with Sean, and I'm Sean. Hey guys, we are at a place called Cars, and they restore a lot of cars in South Florida. They restore them. They also own them. They have been around for a couple decades down here, and we're going to take a look at everything from COPOs to street rods to the merchandise that they sell, which is a whole collection that they just auctioned off 4 tractor trailers full of stuff. So if you want to see some really cool cars that they're working on, we're going to go ahead and have that video right now. If you like this thing, please subscribe, please like. Also, we're going to put up, this is going to be a video of the cars. And like basically looking at the shop, but there's also going to be a really long form interview, Joe Rogan style. We spoke about the state of hot rods, the state of restoration, the state of the restoration business. In the meantime, this is just going to be the cars. So if you just want to see some cool cars, we're going to go ahead and put this video up. So Mike Case owns cars. He started it in his garage. We are going to take a look at some of the vehicles that are here. That's not cool. So
right,
I don't know how much time you have. If you don't have,
we can do a walkthrough.
Okay.
This is the 68 Camaro Z28. It was the first car ever.
This is yours. What color is it, if you don't mind me asking?
Rally green. I just sold the matching 69 to this at Meekum in May. I had matching 68, 69 Z28.
So this is your car. This is the car from the story.
Yeah, that I bought when I was 17. I've got a video that I did back years ago, and it had both of the cars. I'll see if I can find it and send
the
it.
original cow induction.
Yes.
Oh, it's a, so it was a
so
it's a Rally Sport NZ.
Yep. I put the first tank of gas in it, and this is the one bought by the girlfriend's father from the girlfriend.
So it has a 302.
302. Yep. And everything on it. I mean, I did put some new. Everything on it's NOS. I did have to put a little NOS sheet metal. And all the interior is all original except that door panel, because when I took it off, the bottom corner got wet in the carpet. Everything else on the inside is the original interior. Oh, and the headline.
Right.
This is the last Voodoo Viper sold in the United States.
Oh, really?
Yeah, this was the last one sold in the United States. There were only 31 of them the last year, and this is number 13 Voodoo Viper.
So number 13 Voodoo. So this came as seen as.
It's got 29 miles on it.
Wow. Now is this yours or?
I'm a partner with an offshore investor.
Okay. So is it just an investment then?
Yes. Yeah, we've had a pretty good offer on it already. He may be building a museum where he's at, and we've done some cars for him, so we'll decide. So
29 miles on the last Voodoo.
2017 Voodoo Viper. There were 31 of them.
Has it been titled?
Yes.
Or, oh, okay, I didn't know, because sometimes people are buying these and they don't even title them.
No, it's titled.
Okay. Wow.
And this is going to be a total custom that we're doing. We have a planning meeting this week. It's got a 800 horsepower Borowski motor.
I can see the wheels even on there already.
Yeah, we've pretty much got most of the engineering. We're going to do some additional body mods on it, but you know, it's Kugel Winters, quick chain front end, suspension, Borowski motor. It's going to be...
So is it show car then?
Yeah. It's going to be a 1939 2022 39 Chevy. So yeah, we did one back, a Lincoln we did years ago that sold at Barrett Jackson a couple of years ago, but it was...
So is this to be sold, or is this just somebody wants it and that's what they want?
It's the custom build, the one that I mentioned up front, that he said you just decide what you want to do.
Okay.
So we've already done all the chassis, and we've done all the mechanical engineering. Now we're just looking at body mods and paint schemes and a variety of other things now. Technology that we're going to use.
Right.
Then this just came in. This is a couple. Shipped this car in from Michigan, so we're going through it, get it back on, get mechanically signed, back on the road, repaint. This is a couple I talked to 2 years ago.
Wow.
They just called and said, "Hey, we're moving down. The car's on its way to you." Okay, thanks. You remember what we talked about? No, no, I don't. This one was they started building.
Now this is a real Speedster. Okay. So
they started building these originally in Venezuela. They brought them over. They tried to do it in Southern California. You know, a variety of problems, as many have happened in the past, and they just stopped. So this was the first one, I believe, manufactured in the United States.
okay.
So we're trying to get it back mechanically sound and back on the road again. And you know, you're chasing what they used to build this car from whatever 10, 15 years ago.
And what frame is on this?
I don't remember off the top of my head.
It's not the Volkswagen frame,
no,
though. Okay.
I don't remember off the top of my head what they used. This one was, this has been in 2 shops. We pulled it out. We're working with the customer right now. They've got a fairly substantial investment in a car that we're going to totally redesign and redo. So this is one of those stories where, unfortunately,
It never became somebody else's important project. It's just...
I was in two shops on the East Coast and had the problem both times. And this one right here, this is part of the estate. This is 39 gram that was restored 30 years ago.
This is one of the 3 that you were talking about?
No, this is another one, a different one. But this is for his estate, a really good customer of ours.
You gotta love the grill and everything on that. The cool design on that.
Oh, he did such an awesome job on that.
Like a bullnose.
He was just a very, very talented, wonderful gentleman. So yeah, we're going to help, and that happens from time to time.
And this is a custom built RAF custom body, 429 Thunderjet engine.
So, you know, everything else, this is one of the 69 COPO Camaros in 2015. It doesn't have, might have a mile on it, 1 mile.
So that was an investment car then?
Yep, same.
Here's another vehicle that only has less than 30 miles on it. This is a COPO Camaro. This is a pure investment piece. This was bought as an investment. Let's see if we can Just lift this up. So there's your COPO.
And that may be the same guy offshore. This may go in the museum.
This we've seen before. We've done a close-up of this at a car show.
Yeah, we're doing.
And a Rally Sport 69, but it has the 307 package. So it's got a 307, but it is a Rally Sport package on it, which you could. You didn't have to buy the RSSS package. You could buy just the Rally Sport package to go with any engine that you have.
Doing at LT4 and tranny swap with this one. We're pulling the 409 out of it, putting something with a little more horsepower, a little more reliability. It's a beautiful car as it is, and some minor modifications and so forth. But yeah, we should have, hopefully as soon as we can get them in. Supply chain is a problem.
And you said you like there's one of the British cars there. Got a Triumph TR4. And we've got a Baby Bird here. And it's in the classic white and teal of the era.
That's a Triumph. I think we just finished 2 MGs that were left here. And then 31 Buick, we're doing mechanical service. Matter of fact, we've had a couple of vintage 30s and 40s vehicles that the owners had in multiple shops, and were just at the point they were going to sell the vehicles because they couldn't drive them to enjoy them. We got a very, very nice feedback from one of the gentlemen that took a Woody out of here and said, you know, I'm going to keep this vehicle now. I remember why I enjoyed it now. It drives, it stops, it starts. It was just he didn't enjoy it anymore because he couldn't enjoy driving it.
Right.
So,
if you're always worrying about something, if it's got that little thing that bothers you.
You're afraid to take it on the road, and you know, it's, you know, if this breaks down on the side of the road, it's not a happy time.
Oh no, because I mean, it's open,
right?
So you can't leave it. You can't even, you know, who's going to tow it? How are they going to? You have to get that right flatbed driver to come in to handle it without breaking something.
So with a lot of the customers, they're not looking to build concourse cars. They just want to keep and maintain what they have so that they can drive it and enjoy it. And I can tell you, they are just as thrilled as the person you spend hundreds of thousands of dollars restoring a car for.
They were like me. Put an engine in it because I need to drive it from Pennsylvania to...
And here's the reason why. That gentleman, God bless him, could drive anything he wants, has beautiful cars to drive, appreciates them solely, but if he didn't drive any of them, wouldn't make a bit of difference.
Right.
The guys in those vehicles, it's the only one they've had, it has a meaning, emotional meaning of some type of tie-in, and they feel that gratification, reward, warm and fuzzy, whatever you want to call it, when they turn that key and get behind and drive it. That person really enjoys that vehicle, in my opinion, more.
Right.
Because that's all they got. You know, and they don't want anything else.
Right.
You know? Even if they could have another vehicle, like the gentleman with the 49 Cadillac, he could drive anything he wants. Trust me, I know. But that's the car he wants to drive.
Right.
Because there's a relationship there. So same thing with vehicles like this.
Yeah.
And then this one we're shipping to North Carolina. We fixed the body and paint for somebody else, got him all the parts that he needs to do the new top, and he's got an engine being built up there, and somebody is going to do the mechanical.
I like the period SS Kragers on it. So this Ford Galaxy had to come here. It got shipped here to get the paint redone and corrected. And now that the paint's redone, they're going to send it back to the owner, who will finish the project.
Yeah, this is a Cobra kit car. We're just about finished with it.
Now, was that a build here?
Yeah.
Okay.
This is a 57 Chevy that convertible. We had the motor rebuilt, did some mechanical repairs. This was one that was sold at the Treeworthy auction.
Right.
We also did a 57 Corvette for this gentleman. That's also his 57
These things here are just taking in money, whether they're missing. This is one of those, if you got a, what, 68 to 70, anything, it could be, it could have no front end, it could be just a shell, and you're still able to sell it.
Well, and especially the 70s, because they're kind of the odd year, because there are different components. It's, you know, there's different hood, different grill, different tail light, tail panels. So if you're doing one of these, you pretty much got to have a complete car, and there are limited reproductions that are available.
Yeah.
Your 68 and 69 are a lot easier. But now, like we looked the other day, the second generation Dodge, Chrysler, and Plymouth have really picked up demand. You know, I was looking at, we went and looked at a 71 Roadrunner 383 car guys had for 29 years, and it was a drag car.
Right.
We had it during the day, but I was surprised at how much those are bringing at auction.
And yeah, they're so big. I mean, and people didn't even really want them back in the day. The only thing that was good with those is you could stick an M50 without shortening the rear end, because that thing, wheel wells, you needed an M50 just to fill. I mean, I've never seen tires so big as to go on those second gen Chargers or Biscaynes, whatever they
well, and also, as you mentioned up front, you see the market because has changed. You know, when we started this, the $1 million question for anybody doing this, and I never really gave it that much thought because it was a hobby,
right,
that turned into a business. But what happens after the muscle car people are gone? You know, with the men and the women that grew up in that age and now have the disposable income and do this and build the resto mods and do all that, where does it go from there? I don't see any of this. You know, the rice burners are completely different and fast and furious. And, but what has happened is those 70s, 80s, even 90s pickup trucks have went crazy.
Oh, the square bodies
what was considered the muscle cars from 72 to 87 have picked up a tremendous demand. They're customizing them. They're putting them back all original.
A 79 442 with the 200 horsepower motor now, but it has 442 on the door. You know,
so you're seeing the passion, and also I think you'll see more of that because it's all about disposable income. You know, we don't kid ourselves here. There's no one that we have a car in here that needs to drive it to work.
If you are buying one of these vehicles, you're buying it sight unseen on eBay.
Right.
Have you not gone online and seen all these sight unseen stories? Now,
Auto Trader, Car Gurus, Cars
but even
Online.
regular people that
Any
have,
of them.
there's guys that have car channels that have been ripped off. If you're buying a car for $40, $50, $60,000, take a flight, spend $300, go look at it.
Oh yeah. Bring a trailer.
Yeah,
That's
or
another one,
or go hire someone there to look at it that's an appraiser.
Yeah.
Because I can tell you, when I sold some of my Corvettes, one of my anniversary Corvettes, the guy who bought it, who was out of state, set an appraiser. I have no problem here. I'll bring it over, throw it up on a list. You know, that was fine. If somebody tells you no, you can't look at the car, then why are you spending? How did you make How did you have $30,000, $50,000 in disposable income by trusting someone?
Right.
Unless you inherited it, and if you inherited it and you don't check it, I don't feel bad for
We
you.
tell every single one that calls here is you need to get that car to a shop to have it inspected, not in that person's garage.
No.
There's only so much I can do when I go out there. And I said, if they're not willing to let you transport that car over to our shop or somebody's shop, put it up on a list, start it, do a compression check all of the mechanicals that are on the car, then something's wrong.
Yeah.
Because, you know, they're hiding something. So that's simple, and you're paying for it because we tell them, you know, whatever your transport is to get it here, and then normally it's a 2 to 3 hour inspection. And I tell them, if anybody tells you they can do it for less than that, they're lying to you. It takes that much time to go through it. Like when we bring a car in and go through it, you know, somebody comes in and says, my car won't run right.
Right.
Okay, well that could be 100 things that are a problem. So, but there's a lot of people out there. There's a high percentage of these cars that are bought online that are never inspected. And I could tell you about so many horror stories from them.
So tell me, so you guys do this as part of like a frame off.
Right.
So is that a Galaxy?
That's that 66 Ford Galaxy.
Okay.
You know, again, only being done because of the sentimental meaning that it has, and that happens to be the rear floor pan. There is only one person that we can find on the face of the earth that manufactures the rear floor pan for that vehicle.
There you go.
And he's in a little shop up in Michigan, and he makes them one at a time.
There you go. Well, at least there's somebody.
We had to wait for him to make it.
And then this is a early, what's that, like a 70-something Ford?
66, I think.
Okay.
So that we're doing that one. That one's getting close to getting done. Energy down there, that one's close to getting done. This one's a complete repaint, strip and repaint. Solid car, little rust, but horrible body work, horrible paint work at the time. And you know, now he's at a different point in his life. I want to do it right.
Right.
You know, I want the car to look like it's supposed to look. Then he's got the Corvette. That was actually a repair job, got hit in the rear, and he would not let the insurance company refer him any place but here.
Yeah.
And you know, again, we don't, for the most part, except for existing customers, we try to stay out of the whole insurance side of it.
Yeah.
So what we normally tell a customer,
Get them to send you the check, then you bring.
we tell them, listen, here's our estimate. You know, we'll send as many pictures as you want, but you work with your insurance.
Right.
Because so many of them, the adjusters are not skilled, let's say that, or experienced.
Yeah. Or they just look at it as, well, you have an S197 Mustang that we can get fixed part. No, dude, it's a GT500R,
Right.
one of 3 in this color. Well, you know, you don't have to have the stripes painted on. You can just have the sticker. No, I can't.
Well, we did work for Haggerty for years.
Yeah.
But again, what people don't realize is in a company like that, they don't handle the processing of claims. They have an outsourced claims processing. They have outsourced adjusters, and they may or may not have a lot of experience in these cars. And the same thing's true. If it's hard enough to give people a solid estimate on a car when we're doing the estimate and we got the car here, what's it like when it's had damage and you now got to take the car apart and figure out everything? You know, it's just like the production side. Then you got supplements that you have to add on to it. You know, they argue and fight with you over just the craziest stuff. It takes a lot of shop time, a lot of administrative time, and normally the customers have a lot better opportunity to work with them. We give them all the information that they need, but that way it just keeps us out of the whole.
And it also keeps your administrative costs down.
Exactly.
If you're going to spend, if you want to have an employee, you want somebody that's doing this. Right. You don't want somebody in the office that's doing insurance paperwork.
You look at the production body shops, and you have to have a full-time person that does nothing but claims processing, because that's all you do.
Yeah, because they're going to be on the phone arguing constantly.
And the problem is, as I explain to people, let's say I'm doing that, and this has happened with that 70 Charger. You know, you bring it into, again, these people didn't build the cars. Many of them may not be quote-unquote car mechanics or auto bodies. So he brings it in, he wants you to fix it. Well, you know, one thing leads to another leads to another. Normally, if you find one problem, there's probably three more.
Right.
Well, now that job has to stop until you can get that component, get the approval from the customer. That's one problem. That's tough enough. Now when you're working with insurance companies,
think of the one guy that makes a trunk, and that guy charges $3,000 because he, I mean, I don't know what he charged. I'm just making, the one guy who makes that part for that car, if that car got hit from behind, if that guy is the only one that makes it, he can go, well, $3,000 bucks.
And he has the right.
Well, listen, I know we're keeping you because you have appointments.
Oh, yeah.
And this has been, so guys, let me just say, originally this was to come over and check out some of the cars here, but I think this is going to be probably a Joe Rogan-esque 2 or 3 part conversation about the car industry. So I'm going to do a video of the cars. So if you guys just want to see the cars, I will walk around. We'll put a short one up with that for those of you who just want to see cars. But for those who really want to hear the conversation, because I think it was it's really a lot of stuff that you talked about and everything else. If you're into car restorations, if you're a motorhead, which you probably are, or you wouldn't be watching my channel, I think there's a lot of information here. I would feel terrible about cutting any of that. So we're going to put on a part 1 or 2, long form, probably 45-minute long, maybe longer than that, long form conversation that we had. And so if you want to see the cars, you'll see the cars in this video. And then you'll see 2 other parts, 1 and 2, which are going to be the long form conversation, because that wasn't expected, but I think it's worthwhile. A lot of information there. So much appreciated.
And hopefully, well, by the next time you come back, we'll have it redecorated again.
Yeah, so we'll get to see it then. So if you like this kind of thing, remember to subscribe. Remember to hit the button. And if you want to join as a member for the $3 a month, that helps us pay for gas to travel around. It's $3. It used to be buy a gallon of gas for us. Now it buys half a gallon. Right. So, but anyway, appreciate it. Thanks, guys. We'll see you later. Getting ready to be worked on. This is a 302 high performance powered Mustang. Right now there is nothing on the inside of it. It is dirty, it is dusty, it is waiting to be worked on. And this is the outside waiting area. At some point they're going to put all this together and enclose it and make it a place where they can showcase some cars. But we've got a whole bunch of different vehicles out here that are waiting to be redone. I know sometimes you guys ask me about, I think this is a Toyota. Yep. So a lot of times you guys ask me about old Toyotas. Do I ever find any? But here's one. And this has a pretty rusted body, but it is the 4-wheel drive Great Lakes Aircraft Company. So I'm assuming it came somewhere near the Great Lakes. And this is just waiting to be rebuilt. It is missing the steering column and the dashboard and a whole bunch of other stuff, but mostly complete. Set of headers. This is one of the cars. They have a lot of cars that are waiting right now. They had a van over here. There's a custom old, I believe that was a Chevy that came in. If you saw it in the background, it's all black. This just came in today to get worked on. And this is, nope, it's a 40 Econoline. It does have like a little circular thing on there, so it's definitely a 70s vibe Econoline. They also have an Airstream that is waiting to be rebuilt and put back together. So they work on things that are not just cars. Here's a Cougar. This also just came in today. It's an automatic. It's got a very sparkly paint in it, so it's a very big metallic paint job on it. It just hasn't been redone anytime recently. So this is in to get restored. Console car. Still has a cassette deck, all the funky pedals and everything, a lot of extras that were put on here, a lot of your 1980s stuff. Here is what is left of a, looks like a 78 or a 79 if we're looking at the back window, C3 Corvette. If we go over here, we've got a Jeep body. Oh no, this is the Toyota body. So I'm wondering if this Toyota body, TRD Toyota Racing 4x4, that might be for that Toyota right over there. So we've got a donor car right here. This is a Bentley donor car. How many of you have ever seen a Bentley donor car? And this Bentley donor car here is for this Rolls Royce over here. This is a late 60s Rolls Royce, and beautiful black car getting redone. VF-24. I'm thinking a Navy fighter pilot might own that one. Again, here is a first generation Barracuda that's being worked on.
Hey, how's it going?
Good. Just doing the video background. So.
When I get back, I'll send you that other, the one video I did, and then the other one that Meekum did.
Okay. I don't know if I can use the Meekum one without them hitting me up with a
Well, no,
copy.
no, I
okay.
just for you,
Just for
take
background. Okay.
Yeah, they sent me all the raw footage for it anyway, free.
Oh, okay. Wow, look at all the old
I think when
magazines.
you take them $1 million worth of memorabilia and 5 cars,
They kind of,
they're a little more cooperative, not much.
April, should they subscribe to this channel even if they don't like cars today for this one?
Probably just for this one.